motherfucking speech next time, though. Don't stop my. Yeah, we live in it, bitch. We at the HBCU. Motherfucker want to make threats to the HBCUs because Charlie Kirk died, man. You hear me? South Memphis all the way to Atlanta. We out here for the interview these folks. See how they feel about all this. But we here to protect the serve, looking at it. What's your name?
Chrissy.
Chrissy. HBCUs have been receiving threats. And it's due to Charlie Kirk's death. How do you feel about that?
We ain't in that.
We got nothing to do with that.
We ain't got nothing to do with it. It's not our fight.
So why do you think they're trying to make threats to us due to them committing the act on their own hero?
They threatened by us. They threatened by us.
They threatened by us?
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think they want to blame us, though? Outside of just being threatened, like, expound on why they feel threatened.
A lot of people always want a scapegoat, and sometimes the person that they get is not the person that they want. So they find someone else that they feel is less and more of their threats, and they'll say it's actually them, and we had some conspiracy to do with that. So it's just a scare tactic. They're scared, and they're sad that their own person went against their own people.
That's a beautiful answer, Chris. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Have a good
Question, though. All right, so how do you feel about the threats being made on HBCUs due to Charlie Kirk's death?
I think it's, like, irrational. Like, we had nothing to do with his death, and I feel like this nation is going down a path to where people are more focused on classes than they are actual problems affecting the people.
And what are some of the problems that you feel like that needs to be addressed? Just name a few.
Like you talking about like direct like gun control, like stuff like that?
Yeah, like what problems were you referring to instead of the classism that they focus on?
Oh, I think we really got to focus on like what's affecting everybody like financially. You know what I mean? Like these people that are in power aren't looking to like what's the best interest for everybody else. They're looking to how can I stay in power and how can I put like my circle, like how can we get ahead of what's going on right now. Like if you look at the world right now, like I feel like the main focus right now is like how can I get my class right, not so like how can we as a nation come together and build like forward to what we think could be better for society.
And you feel like we can do that with other nations of people, or you feel like we should be on our own?
Now I feel like the more we try to divide ourselves, the less powerful we are. Like democracy is only as beneficial when you get as many people as possible, like you can. You know what I mean? Like that's where change really happens.
Okay. And what's your name?
Noah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nakamaya. All right, cool. So how you feel about the threats being made on HBCUs due to Charlie Kirk's death?
Not good, bad. Don't make threats to schools, regardless of who dies.
So how you feel about the situation with Charlie Kirk? What was your views on him, or do you know him at all?
I mean, I know who he is, yeah. I think that what you put out into the world will come back to you, and that's just what happened to him, I guess.
Okay, so with that being said, with all this going on, why do you think they trying to take this out on black people?
I have no clue. I guess, yeah, I don't really know.
You don't know?
Why do you think?
Why do I think?
Yeah.
I just think they can't take responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree.
You got any white friends?
Not like in Atlanta, but like back home, yeah, I do.
Back home?
Yeah.
And you feel like you ain't never felt like entitlement from them? Like a natural entitlement that they have?
I think some people, obviously, but like, I wouldn't say all. I think some probably do, but I wouldn't say all of them. Like, I think.
Well, of course, it's just a generalization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you do see that from them, though.
I mean, from a few, I guess. I mean, I think people like in power or whatever. Oh shoot. Will like have some like will feel some sort of entitlement. Like I think us as like men may feel certain like entitlements or like feel entitled in certain ways. Okay. So I think everyone. But yeah, I think they do, and I think yeah.
How do you feel about HBCUs receiving threats due to Charlie Kirk's death?
I think it's a lot of animosity on, like political animosity that's just, they don't know really where it comes from. They just have this stigma against us already, and they're just pointing all this hate and, ill will against us because we're like HBCUs are centers for black people to get up and get education and opportunities, and they don't like that.
So why do you feel like we're threatened and another person that's white of his own nation, the one who committed the act?
I think it's just because really HBCUs and the people who attend them, of course, us as black people, we tend to be more democratic, and Charlie Kirk was not.
How do you feel about HBCUs receiving threats due to the fact that Charlie Kirk died?
I mean, I just feel like the right gonna try to use like any excuse to try to harm black people, even though it really had nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? So I think like they just need to just let us have our own shit, honestly. Just leave us alone at this point.
I don't know, white supremacists?
White supremacists, explain.
There's not much to explain after that point.
And how do you feel about it?
Honestly, I think it's because, he was a white man. He was a pro-white. So, HBCU, we go for all black. So it's like we're somewhat on the other side of it. And it's, I don't know, I guess it's an excuse for them to take their anger out on, a black institution. Yeah, that's all I think. Because it wasn't even it was a white. So I'm not really sure what we had to do with it, but it seems like an excuse for them to, retaliate with us. Yeah.
All right, what's your name one more time?
Khalil Muhammad.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Ready? All right, what's your name first?
Logan.
Logan?
Ty.
Ronald. Logan, Ty, Ronald, right? So what year are you in school right now?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman?
Yeah.
Freshman. Y'all some young cat. All right, cool. So with that being said, y'all know anything about Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
Y'all heard about the threats being made on HBCUs? You heard about that? So how do y'all feel about, people making threats to the HBCUs due to Charlie Kirk's death?
I feel like it's not really like validated. Like it has nothing to really do with us.
Move back right quick, bro.
It don't gotta really do much with us.
So why do you think we receiving the threats?
Beats me.
Beats you? What you think?
I'm not sure, it wasn't a black person that shot him. It was a college-age student that's white, and he's conservative. He's from a conservative family, so it doesn't really make sense that HBCUs are getting threats.
Okay, and what's your take on it?
I'm not really sure, Yeah,
No opinion?
no.
School, I get stopped for the YouTube.
You got to. You famous.
I swear,
You're a voice. You the voice, bro.
I was a big deal a long time ago.
Big deal. You still a big deal, right? So look, what's your name though?
Ham. They call me Ham.
Ham, right? So let me ask you a question. You went to HBCU?
I went to Morehouse.
Went to Morehouse, right? How you feel about the threats being made on the HBCUs due to the fact that Charlie Kirk got killed by his own kind?
Man, that's a confusing situation for me because it feels kind of misdirected. As far as blame is concerned, I think it's just, the rhetoric concerning political discourse has gotten a little violent and abrasive and combative. So because people are always on opposite sides, you come to kind of expect blame and things like that to be thrown around just because of hatred and, the what battle is at its essence.
Okay.
So political landscape is a battlefield now.
So what was your major when you went to college?
I did chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it then. How do y'all feel about the threats being made on HBCUs due to Charlie Kirk's death?
Oh, dang. I gotta sit here and think. Bro, I just kind of feel like, it's not cool, bro. Like, just to say that something like that would happen in Utah and to see how the effects of it play a part on our everyday life at campus is unacceptable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel some type of way because throughout, since Trump was elected, I feel like us as a community have tried to stay out of everything, like all the foolishness. And seeing that happened, we specifically were like, this wasn't us and all that kind of stuff. And for the people to make threats on us, I feel like this was just used as a platform for people to do what they wanted to do the whole time to us. And I feel like it's not good for the community. I feel like we just need to stay protected.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. And what's your name?
Austin.
Austin?
Harris.
My name's Justine.
Justine.
My name is Layla.
Layla.
My name is Marley.
Marley.
My name is Chase.
Chase, all right. So the question that I have for y'all today is, how do y'all feel about the threats being made on HBCUs due to Charlie Kirk's death?
I think it's quite ridiculous, honestly.
Expound.
Because what do we as HBCU students have to do with a white man's death?
Okay.
I'm just like, realizing that it's me now, like I'm actually at an HBCU, and before being a student at an HBCU, I would see the threats made at schools like Spelman, Howard, Morehouse, and now it's actually me. Like when the lockdowns happened and everything, I was on campus just walking around. My family was calling me, checking to see if I was okay, and it's just like, it feels very real, and it's like disheartening to have this happen to us. And you can just be walking to class and be like, wow, like this happened, like we're getting threats for something that we didn't do, so it's just not a good feeling. So I would just pray for his family, pray for us too, you know, just prayers all around, because this is not good.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with what both of them said, because we had absolutely nothing to do with his death or anything, so it is like disheartening to see that we're getting attacked for what happened to him.
Okay.
I agree. Like, I think people are looking for a problem with HBCUs. Like, they're always trying to find something that to persecute us about, especially young black people trying to get an education. So it's just really disheartening, and I just hope that we can get better as a country.
Yeah.
Where y'all from?
I'm from Dallas.
Dallas?
Covington, Georgia.
Covington, Georgia.
Mississippi.
And what part of Mississippi?
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
I'm from Boston.
Boston, okay. So look, y'all know anything about voting? Voting.
Like presidential voting?
Yeah, I don't believe in presidential voting, but I'm talking about like local offices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So did y'all know as college students that y'all can register to vote for the mayor of this area? And y'all gotta understand that the mayor has access to certain fundings that the colleges, the small businesses, the nonprofits have access to, right? So I wanna suggest that y'all do some research into a man named Eddie Meredith. He's running for mayor for Atlanta right now. Right, and we are part of a spiritual organization that give back to the community. We also, a religious, you can name it a religious group, but it's like a cultural group that try to bring our people back to the laws of God, right? So when we look at that aspect and the connection that we made with him, it's important that we go and vote for him, you know what I'm saying? Because he the one who has access to the funding that he can give back to our community, all right? So make sure y'all look into that, Eddie Meredith.